Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. We got another one here from Tioga-Sequoia Brewing, and they're out of Fresno, California. This was sent to me by Chris. He sent me several of the Tioga-Sequoias. A lot of their beers are pretty tasty, but the last one we did with those guys, the California 99, it wasn't hitting on a lot. And what I've read about this beer is retired. So, and I don't think they date their stuff either. So I don't know how old this beer is. The latest review that I've seen from either site was done in like October of 2014. So I don't know how old this beer is, guys. So we're gonna give it a whirl and see what we got. Chris took the time to pick it up and send it to me, and we're gonna review it, good or bad or whatever. We'll see where it ends up on this one. This is a pale ale, 5.8%er on this one, guys. Before it was retired, it was a year-round availability on this one. I don't have the IBUs listed here for it. Commercial description says a classic American pale that has a blend of two-row caramel and Munich malts with a touch of wheat. A balanced combination of North American hops creates a depth of character and aroma that brings it all together for a stunning flavor and finish. Food pairings for this style of beer, guys. Says here, the pale ale, the cuisine is pan-Asian. Earthy cheeses, Camembert, Fontina, your nutty cheeses, Asiago, Colby, Parmesan, Tangy, Brick, Adam, Feta. And the meat is poultry for this. Glassware is pint, becker, nonic, tumbler, mug, cider, Sadell. I'm going to use the Solomon beer glass, guys. And it says here, not recommended for extended cellarings. And this is a big bottle. This is a 22-ouncer. So definitely enough to share, which is I intend to do. Nice little hits on this bottle. Let's get it in the glass. See what we got. Alright, with that pour, about a good finger of head, maybe a finger and a quarter of head. Over to the light, nice tangerine orange color. I can see the bulb right through it, very clear. A lot of bubbles streaming up. Looks to be fairly well carbonated. Good looking beer. It really is. I'm hoping it's going to be tasty. Let's get a nose on it. I'm getting a lot of malts. There is some citrusy, like lemon zest in here. But I'm getting a lot of malts. Very bready, crackery smelling to me. And a hint of citrus in there. Well, let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Chris. Nice. Decent. But I think it's past its prime, guys. And that may be partially my fault. I've had this for several months. I may have should have reviewed it a little earlier than I have, but hadn't realized it was a retired beer until I got ready to do the review today. Seems to be a decent beer, though. I mean, it's nothing to write home about or something that's going to blow your hair or your socks off. Seems to be fairly typical of what a pale ale is, other than having a little bit heavier notes of of breadiness there, which usually to me tends to say that it's a little on the older side. But like I said, some of that's my fault because I've had a couple of months, guys. So I just wish they would date it. And I'm going to take a closer look when I come back. This thing is sweating profusely. And I think the humidity here is about 90%, and it's in mid-80s here. So within 2 minutes of pulling the bottle out, it looks it's sweating profusely. So we'll take a closer look and make sure it doesn't have a date on it. If it is, we'll read it. But I don't think that they date their beers at Tioga-Sequoia, which is the biggest drawback I have from if I could get their beers here, I probably would not buy them just because they're undated. You don't know. You don't know how long it's been in the bottle. But we'll take a closer look and make sure. Like I said, because I can't get these beers here, and I do appreciate Chris sending them to me, so I can taste them and review them for you guys. But he has no control over how old the beer is either. He just goes in and buys what he can get his hands on, and spends his hard-earned money on buying the beer and shipping it to me. So Chris, I do appreciate it, sir. You have no control, and none of you guys do. When you buy beers and send them to me, I do not reflect bad on the person doing that, because y'all have no control over it. Y'all not brewing the beers. You're just spending your hard-earned money on the beer and hard-earned money to ship the beer. You're just hoping for the best, and a lot of times it just doesn't work out that way. I mean, you can spend your hard-earned money on beer that is old and pay to have it shipped, and you end up with a beer that's really not that, or I'm gonna say not that good, not as appealing as it would have been fresh put in the bottle. But we have no control, especially when they don't date their stuff. So, and I got a serious problem with the breweries, especially when you're as big as Tioga-Sequoia. If they were a local beer company, I would actually pay them a visit and tell them what I think if they're not dating their stuff. And I would definitely harp on them a lot heavier than I do. And like I said, it's one of those deals as a craft beer drinker, and all of you that watch these are, that you go in and you buy an old beer, and then you go, well, this doesn't taste like it did at the brewery, or when I had it fresh the time before. What's going on? If it doesn't have a date, you're just taking your chances, guys. And these guys that make this stuff and choose not to date it, even though they can afford to have that dating machine, they like that because it gives it a lot longer shelf life. The detriment to that thinking is the people that buy these beers and they're old and don't like them are not going to buy them again. So I don't see how they can afford to throw those customers away. Doesn't make any damn sense to me, guys. Well, let me pour the other half some of this and see what she thinks of it. We'll come back and do the final chug and grade on this one. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Wasn't blown away by this beer at all. I would put this one in the same category as the California 99. There are a lot better pale ales out there than this, especially since this company decides not to date their beers. I got a serious problem with that. And as I said, this Tioga-Sequoia is big enough where they could date their stuff, and they choose not to. So, big thumbs down to them. Big thumbs up to Chris for sending them to me. I do appreciate that. I'd like to try these beers. I'd like to tell everybody about these people. When they have a brewery this size, and they typically brew some awesome beers, especially if you can get your hands on them fresh, and they choose not to date their stuff to give it a longer shelf life, they suck. I'm not saying the beer sucks. The company sucks. That's because they choose not to date their stuff. If you're making an Imperial Stout, it's not that impressive. But if you're making an IPA or a low ABV beer or a pale ale, we want to drink these things fresh, guys. And evidently y'all don't understand that. So what the hell's wrong with you? What kind of crack are you smoking? I just don't understand. Let's do the final chug on this one. Like I said, not blown away. Very malty. A hint of citrus in there. A little heavy on the biscuity side. Maybe some floral or herbal hops in there. And that's about it. Much better pale ales. If you're looking for a nice pale ale, pick up a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Pick up anything else. Don't pick up this. For one thing, you don't know how long it's been sitting in the bottle. Of course, this is retired now, according to them. Which is a good thing. If I'd made this beer, I would retire it too, because it's not all that. And like I said, it may be a little different if it was fresh, and I have no idea knowing when the last bottle or this bottle was actually filled with beer, because it has no date on it, guys, and that kind of sucks. And I hate it for Chris that he spent his hard-earned money on it and paid to ship it out to me, and it's a retired beer, and it tastes kind of old. So I hate that for him. So Chris, I do appreciate it, brother. This does not reflect on you at all. You probably did not know it was retired beer, and you spent your hard-earned money on it to buy it and ship it. So I do appreciate it, sir. But the guys at Tioga-Sequoia, I'd like to have a face-to-face conversation with you boys. I really would. I would tell you what I think to your face. You do make some good beers, but you choose not to date your shit. So I would call you out, and I'm calling you out. Get a damn dating machine for your shit, guys. If this was available here in Virginia, it would sit on the shelf till the damn cows come home, boys. Because I wouldn't spend my hard-earned money on it if it didn't have a freaking date on it. Bottom line. A lot of other craft beer drinkers out there feel the same way. 2015, get with the program. Step up to the plate. Do the right thing. This is a 4 to me, guys. It's a C. It's very average. It's very average. So, if you've had it, let me know what you think of it. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 78. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. That's about what I'd say. It's okay. A lot better beers out there than this, guys. Over to Rate Beer, says no score requires more ratings. Well, how could that be? How could they not have a score on something that has been done and retired? Maybe it was retired early. Maybe there's a reason it was retired early. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Has 8 scores there, and none of them are above 3.2, 3.3, 3.5. 3.5 was the best score for this beer. I'd retire too, brothers. You can probably do better than this. When you do, put a frickin' date on it, dumbasses. Alright, that's all I got to say about this one. I'm kind of disappointed because they make some great beers, and I've got a couple more in there that the guys have sent me. Chris may have sent me a couple of them. Somebody else may have sent me some of those. And up to the California beer, I was very impressed with their beers, other than not having a date on them. But they're going downhill pretty damn quick, so I'm going to make an effort to get the rest of the Tioga beers into the fridge and get them reviewed in here before they get any older than what they are. Since they're not dating, we need to get them the hell out of here. Alright guys, you've had it. Let me know what you think. Let's go see if we can find a beer with a date on it tomorrow. Yeah, that's a ticket. See you then.